What's up everybody, welcome to We Do Tech. So it's time for another review, and today we are going to take a look at the MasterMouse Pro L from Cooler Master. So we all know Cooler Master makes really awesome chassis and peripherals, so I'm pretty excited to try out the MasterMouse Pro L and see how it performs. Firstly, the Pro is retailing for around 750 Rand on RebelTech here in South Africa, or about $50 on Amazon. So this makes it actually fall right in the middle of a lot of other budget to mid-range gaming mice. So how does the MasterMouse perform, and is it worth buying over the other mice? Let's find out right after this. Do you live in South Africa and want to get yourself some awesome new gaming products? Well, go check out RebelTech. They have extremely low prices and they stock all the major brands like ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, Corsair and many more. You're also able to get Destiny 2 when purchasing selected NVIDIA GTX 1080 or 1080 Ti graphics cards. So check out the link in the video description to go get yourself a new graphics card and a new game. Starting off with the design of the Pro, you get a smooth plastic body with a space grayish color that is also coated in a matte UV coating for longevity. The mouse has a standard long thin shape with a length of 130mm, a width of 76.8mm and a height of 38mm. This makes it perfect for claw or palm style grips and a medium to large sized hands. As for the weight, the Pro is a bit on the heavier side than what I would have liked at 128 grams with the cable. I personally would have liked it to be a tiny bit lighter, but it's definitely not a deal breaker. Moving to the left side of the Pro, you get no rubber padding for better grip. It's only a smooth side panel. But the Pro is kinda modular with an extra pair of side grips and also a top cover that does have a tiny bit of a different texture that might help with grip a bit more. But these two sets of covers are exactly the same. They don't really make the mouse any thicker or wider or anything. It's just the exact same cover with a bit of a texture difference. But even though the Pro does not have any rubber grips on the sides, it is still very comfortable and I never lost grip once. Just above the grips though, you do get two thumb buttons that are nicely positioned and does have a decent feel to them. Now moving to the right side, you get the exact same design as the left side. So if you're a lefty, this mouse will be perfect. If you're looking for an ambidextrous design, the Pro does have you covered. And you do also get the modular covers that you can put on the right side as well. As for the left and right mouse buttons, the Pro does feature arm switches with a lifespan of over 20 million clicks. They are reasonably fast and not too loud, but here's just a quick sound test for you guys. But now a problem I did run into was when applying a bit more pressure to the palm rest and then clicking left or right. The left and right clicks sometimes got stuck, and only after releasing some pressure did they let go again. Another problem with the left and right clicks was when pressing down a bit, you can feel that the left and right clicks does go down a tiny bit, but it doesn't really activate, so you have to apply more pressure to actually get it down completely. That was a bit annoying, especially if you don't really apply too much pressure for your left and right clicks, but if that's not a problem, then you shouldn't really have a problem with this. As for the scroll wheel, it does have a pretty standard scroll to it. It's a bit on the heavier side, but it didn't really bother me that much. The scroll wheel does also have a textured rubber grip and is illuminated on the right and the left sides. Take a look underneath the Pro, you get three medium-sized glide pads that delivers a pretty smooth glide. You also get the Vargo PMW3360 optical sensor with a max DPI of 12,000 and an IPS of 250 and a max polling rate of 1000 Hz. The Pro also features a 32-bit ARM processor at 512 kilobits of onboard memory. Now, usually you would find a DPI selection switch just behind the scroll wheel, but with the Pro it's not there. Instead, Cooler Master decided to put it underneath the mouse, which is a tiny bit weird because it's not really in the way when it's on top of the mouse. But you can at least cycle through the 4 different DPI levels ranging from 400 to 12,000 set as default. You can also change these levels with the Portal software, which we'll get to a bit later. As for the cable, the Pro has a 1.8 meter or 5.9 feet braided cable with a gold plated USB connector at the end. The cable is a bit stiff, but nothing that really should bother you when gaming. Next up, take a look at Cooler Master's Portal software, which allows you to create up to 5 profiles, assign different commands to each of the 8 buttons, adjust the 4 DPI levels, change the polling rate, turn angle snapping on, and also you do have a Storm Tactics feature that lets you assign secondary commands to all of the 8 buttons. So theoretically, you do have 16 buttons you can program. Now, I don't really think a lot of us would really use this feature, but more is always better, so I don't really mind it. As for the RGB lighting, you do have 7 different effects. You do have static, which is just a single color, customize, which will let you add custom colors to the 4 lighting zones. Then you do get stars that just fades between the 2 colors. You get color cycle that cycles through the 16.7 million colors. You get single color breathing, and then finally the indicator effect. But now, how does the Pro handle itself in game? Well, with the PMW3360 sensor, you are going to have an extremely smooth gaming experience. The sensor is very accurate, and I had no problem getting some really good rounds in CSGO. The liftoff distance when set to low in the Portal software is also very marginal, so if you do lift up your mouse quite a lot like I do when moving around, you won't have to worry about it messing up your aim when putting down the mouse again. The Pro is also very comfortable, fitting very nicely in my hand, and as for the weight, again, it's not really too heavy. I'm just not too used to heavier mouse, but I did get used to it very quickly. Now then, just some improvements I think Cooler Master can add to the Pro that will just make it that much better is to just drop a tiny bit of weight to make it a bit lighter, and then also improve on the body flex that I experienced when pressing down on the left and right mouse buttons that sometimes hindered my gaming experience. As for the modular design of the Pro, I would have thought that Cooler Master would at least have some extra body types to buy online, like a wider side cover or just another type of a top cover. It's not really that big of a deal, but if you do have that option, it would be nice to get some different customized covers. But other than that, I did not have any other issues with the mouse. I did read online that some people did have some lens rattle issues, but personally I did not have that problem. So if you are looking for a good mouse that does not cost too much, you can take a look at the MasterMouse Pro L from Cooler Master, which I will link in the video description, where you can find it on RebelTech if you live in South Africa, or on Amazon if you live somewhere else. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my review. If you guys like the review, please like, share, comment like always. And then if you want me to review something else, please let me know in the comments below and I'll try to get my hands on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will check all of you guys next time. Cheers, guys.